Hey, WealthLab 7 users, Glitch here. Today we're going to talk about what's new in WealthLab 7 Build 48. This was a pretty quick turnaround, but there's a couple of interesting new things to talk about. So let's get started. The first thing I want to show is pulling up a chart here. We can go to our symbol entry field and we now have this lovely symbol chooser, which lets you filter symbols by security name or symbol. It also shows you the data set that the symbol belongs to, so you can easily select a matching symbol with the desired data set. Here I'll select Boeing, populated from TD Ameritrade, rather than my default wealth data. We click that, and down here we can now see the chart is sourced from TD Ameritrade historical data. So that is our handy new symbol chooser for WealthLab 7 Build 48. Next, I want to talk about a new indicator that is available in one of our extensions. So here we are on the wealthlab.com website, and let me click extensions here. You could see all of the extensions we have available. The one that I'll be covering today is in the fundamental extension, which provides access to fundamental data from a variety of providers for WealthLab 7. And the indicator is here in our indicators list in the fundamentals folder. It is called Next Earnings. So let me drag that over and see what we get for our Boeing chart here. So here we go. We see some histogram bars here in this Next Earnings pane. What this indicator is telling me is how many days until the next earning report for Boeing. So this can be very handy, as you know, especially in this latest market climate. Earnings can be like a roulette wheel, sending a stock up 20%, down 25%. So you may want to know when the next earnings report is going to be and maybe get out of the way if it's within 3, 4, 5 days, or maybe you want to get in and make a big bet on one of the next earnings announcements. This indicator will let you do it. We can see the next earnings report for Boeing is in 56 days. So you can configure this to show the number of trading days or the number of calendar days. So we have 82 calendar days, 52 trading days until the next Boeing earnings report. The last earnings was right here. The indicator was pegged to 0 on January 26th. And so here we have this fundamental item from Zacks, which is also part of this fundamental extension for WealthLab 7. So in order for this next earnings indicator to work, you will need to go into your data manager, your event providers, and enable an event provider that provides earnings data. Like Zacks is the one I recommend. This I've found provides the most consistent and reliable earnings data for our providers that we support so far. So make sure your Zacks is checked off here in your event provider. And you'll notice that in addition to the already reported earnings, it also knows what the next earnings date is. That's thanks to another one of our event providers in the data manager. This is the next earnings date provider. Now, you don't necessarily have to have this provider checked off, but if you do, you'll be able to do certain things. For example, drag this back all the way. And here we can see this little N here. This is telling us when the next earnings date is for Boeing. So there we go, the next earnings indicator. to let you take action when the next earnings is going to come into play. The last thing I want to talk about for Build 28 is, you'll notice when I opened this chart, and in fact when I open any chart now for that matter, I have some indicators showing up here. So normally you'd have to drag and drop some indicators or select an indicator set. An indicator set lets you group some indicators together that you've already dragged and dropped and save them with a name. So here I can toggle between my indicator sets. So the reason the chart opened with indicators is a new chart preference. Here on the bottom, you can select a default indicator set. So you can set one up or set it to none. And then whenever you open a chart, your favorite indicators will appear. And that's it for Build 48. See you all on the forums. Take care, everyone.